The last train out of Chicago always smelled of burnt coffee, and wet-wool Elena sat alone in the diner car sketching the way the city lights fractured across the window like broken promises. Her pencil hovered over the page, then snapped. She swore under her breath, Spanish low and sharp, and dug in her bag for another. That was when the lights flickered, the train lurched, and a body crashed into the seat opposite her. Jesus. Sorry, the stranger's voice cracked. Like a teenager's, she was soaked, curls plastered to her forehead, clutching a canvas duffel that dripped onto the floor. Brake failure. I was running for the platform, and the doors just shut. Elena looked up. The woman's eyes were the color of storm glass, gray-green, wide, terrified. A bruise bloomed beneath one cheekbone, fresh enough to still be purple. Elena's fingers tightened around the broken pencil. You're bleeding. It's nothing. The woman touched her face, winced. I'm Sophia. Elena. She tore a napkin from the dispenser, pressed it to the cut. Their hands brushed. Sophia's were ice. You're shaking. Adrenaline. Sophia laughed, but it came out brittle. I left my fiancé at the altar. Well, almost. She was waiting in the church. I was in the parking lot, keys in hand, and I just ran. Elena's pulse skipped. She knew that kind of running. She'd done it herself 3 years ago, when her mother's voice on the phone had said, "Come home, Mija, before you ruin everything." Elena had hung up, bought a one-way ticket west, and never looked back. The train whistle screamed outside. The city dissolved into cornfields silvered by moonlight. Sophia stared at her reflection in the window, then at Elena's sketchbook. You draw people like you're trying to hold them still. I draw them like they're already leaving. Elena said. Sophia's mouth twisted. Story of my life. They talked until the diner car emptied. Sophia told her about growing up in a small town where the only gay bar was a laundromat with a rainbow sticker half peeled off the door, about meeting Claren, college art history major, perfect smile, perfect family, who sent monogram towels as engagement gifts, about the night Claire proposed on the Ferris wheel at Navy Pier, fireworks exploding overhead like applause. I said yes, because it was easier than saying I'd been lying to myself for years. Elena listened, sketching Sophia's hands without thinking. Long fingers, paint under the nails, a scar across one knuckle. I left a gallery opening in Soho. She said my girlfriend at the time. She wanted the ring, the loft, the Instagram life. I wanted to paint murals on abandoned buildings. At 3 a.m. we fought in the taxi. I got out at a red light and kept walking. The train rocked them gently. Sophia's head drooped. Exhaustion won. She slept with her cheek against the window, breath fogging the glass. Elena draped her leather jacket over Sophia's shoulders. The bruise looked worse in the dim light at Union Station. Dawn bled pink across the platform. Sophia woke with a start. I don't have anywhere to go. Elena hesitated. Her apartment in Pilsen was a fourth-floor walk-up with peeling linoleum and a futon that smelled faintly of turpentine. I've got a couch. Sophia's eyes searched hers. You don't even know me. I know you. Ran. Elena said. That's enough for now. The first week was a negotiation. Sophia showered for 40 minutes, emerged in Elena's oversized flannel, and cried over burnt toast. Elena painted late into the night, headphones on, ignoring the way Sophia watched her from the doorway, curious, hungry, like someone who'd forgotten art could be a language. They fell into a rhythm. Mornings, coffee strong enough to wake the dead. Sophia sketching fashion designs on napkins while Elena mixed pigments. Afternoons, walks along the lakefront, wind whipping their hair into tangles. Sophia's phone buzzed constantly. Claire, her mother, her sister. She let it die one night. Thunder rattled the windows. Sophia stood on the fire escape, rain soaking her t-shirt. Elena found her there, shivering. You'll catch pneumonia. I keep replaying it. Sophia said. The church. Claire's face. When I didn't walk down the aisle, she looked relieved, like she knew before I did. Elena leaned against the railing. My ex sent me a voicemail last month. Said she found someone who fits. I deleted it without listening to the end. Sophia turned. Rain streaked down her cheeks like tears. Do you ever think we're just broken? No. Elena said. We're unfinished. Lightning flashed in the white glare. Sophia's eyes were luminous. She stepped closer, tentative. Elena. Yeah, I don't want to be your rebound. You're not. Elena's voice was steady. You're the first person who's ever seen my paintings and asked what they're afraid of. Sophia laughed, shaky. They're afraid of being forgotten. The kiss happened without choreography. Sophia's hands found Elena's face, thumbs brushing the hollows beneath her eyes. Elena tasted rain and coffee and something electric. They stumbled inside, soaked, laughing against each other's mouths. The futon creaked under their weight. Clothes peeled away like old paint, slow, deliberate, reverent. Afterward, they lay, tangled, city lights flickering through the blinds. Sophia traced the tattoo on Elena's ribcage, a compass rose with no north. Where are you going? Wherever you are. Elena whispered. But love in a walk-up is fragile. Sophia's savings dwindled. Elena's freelance gigs dried up. They argued over grocery money, over whose turn it was to buy toilet paper. Sophia's mother left voicemails that grew increasingly shrill. Claire showed up one Afternoon unannounced, holding a box of Sophia's things, winter coats, sketchbooks, the monogrammed towels. Elena opened the door. Claire's eyes were red-rimmed, but dry. She left the Sophia appeared behind Elena, hair in a messy bun, paint on her cheek. I don't want it. Claire's gaze flicked between them. You look happy. I am. Sophia said. The word hung in the air, simple and brutal. Claire left without another word. The box stayed in the hall until the super threw it out. Winter came early, snow piled against the windows. Elena sold a mural to a cafe in Logan Square, enough for rent barely. Sophia got a job at a boutique altering wedding dresses for brides who weren't running some nights. She came home smelling of tulle and other people's dreams. The fight happened on a Tuesday. Elena found Sophia's phone glowing on the counter. Texts from Claire: I miss you, can we talk? Sophia deleted them, but not before Elena saw you're still in love with her. Elena said. Her voice was flat. Dangerous? No. Sophia's hands shook. I'm scared of being alone. I'm right here. Are you? Elena's eyes were hard. Or are you waiting for me to leave like everyone else? Sophia packed a bag that night. Elena watched from the doorway, arms crossed so tight her nails left crescents in her skin. At the threshold, Sophia paused. I chose you, but I need to know you choose me back, not the idea of Mimi. The door closed. Snow muffled the sound. 3 days of silence. Elena painted until her fingers bled canvases of empty train tracks, bruised skies. On the 4th day, she walked to the boutique. Sophia was pinning a hem, mouth full of straight pins. She looked up, startled. I choose you, Elena said. The mess, the fear, the way you steal the covers and cry at ASBCA commercials, all of it. Sophia dropped the pins. They scattered like hail. I choose you too, the way you hum when you're concentrated, the way you leave coffee rings on my sketches, the way you look at me like I'm already home. They kissed in the back room, surrounded by lace and regret. The boutique owner pretended not to notice. Spring arrived sideways, sudden warmth, tulips punching through concrete. They moved to a bigger place in Humboldt Park. Windows that actually opened. Sophia's designs sold at a craft fair. Elena's mural went viral on some art blog. They fought less, loved more. One evening they sat on the stoop sharing a bottle of cheap red. Sirens wailed in the distance. Sophia leaned her head on Elena's shoulder. Remember the train? How could I forget? Elena laced their fingers. You bled on my napkin. Sophia laughed. Romantic, terrifying, Elena corrected, but worth it. Above them the sky bruised purple. Somewhere a train whistle sounded, distant, mournful. Elena pulled Sophia closer. The city kept moving, but in that moment they were still two women on a stoop, hearts finally pointed in the same direction.